KIYRA LYNN with Hollywood First Look Features, and right now I'm here on the red carpet for Late Night. This is written and starring Mindy Kaling and also stars Emma Thompson. Let's take a first look.
I've spread my dreams under your feet. Tread softly because you tread on my dreams.
What?
I'm in a single-income household, and Jen and I just had our second baby. I think it's time for a raise.
I can't give you a raise, Gabe. It's like giving a raise to a drug addict.
My child's like a drug problem.
You're fired. You're fired, obviously. Oh, you must be McCreary.
Oh, wow.
You're fired.
She's coming back! She's coming back. She's coming back! Push me.
Who are you?
I'm Molly. I'm a new writer.
You want to sit down?
Okay.
That's where Reynolds sits.
Could you sit down, please?
Oh, I'll just use this trash can. There's hardly any trash in it at all. Oh, it's kind of comfortable, better than a chair.
That's our show, everyone.
I came to tell you this year is your last.
What?
They can't replace you if everyone loves you.
Do none of you understand what is at stake here? I am being replaced. Think about why the show is bad and come up with ways to fix it.
I wish I was a woman of color so I could just get any job I want.
We talked about this. You can't say that.
I know what everyone thinks of me, but just because I was lucky enough to get this job doesn't mean I'm stupid enough to lose it.
What exactly is wrong with my bits?
You're a little old and a little white.
What can I do about that?
I have some jokes for the monologue. I shouldn't do this in an English accent, should I?
No.
Watch this! This is your show. It's an expression of who you are.
How would you describe Molly?
She said I was the vibrant splash of color on the gray canvas of our writing staff. I mean, whoosh.
I need you, Molly. I need your pushiness and lack of boundaries.
You love me.
No, I didn't say that. No.
I mean, not in those words, but you...
No, I didn't say it in any of those words.
Watch me do.
Like, it felt like a love letter to like comedies of yore. Is that true? Is that correct? Like broadcast news, these like kind of workplace, like James L. Brooksy, Mary Tyler Moore, like these like really, really like tender, emotional comedies about smart people. Like where the characters themselves actually have intelligence and are dealing with like problems that like the central like plot is around these like moral like integrity issues, and it was I think it's really cool, and it's also written like one of those movies. It's really like lots of jokes, really joke heavy. It's like a perfect structure. It's so emotionally satisfying. It's so much better than these like sloppy movies of today.
I want to know though, how much of Reynolds is actually you and or vice versa?
Well, I don't want to start any gossip, but I mean, there's a rumor. I'm not kidding. It's just a rumor that he's based on someone that I dated. That's all the time I have.
The one thing I want people to take away from the movie is I want them to laugh, first and foremost. I want them to think, that was a really funny movie. And then the second thing I really want them to realize is that the movie talks about some really issues that are really dear to our hearts. It talks about feminism, it talks about inclusion, it talks about diversity and women in the workplace. And it really is a message that women, we can be each other's greatest enemies or we can be each other's biggest supporters. And that when we link arms and hold each other up, we all rise up together, and that's so important. And that when we do practice diversity and inclusion, that it doesn't just benefit the person that we think it was for, it benefits everyone. It benefits all of us and society and the whole world.
Movie. I want to know for you, when you first read the script, what for you came out on the page?
I mean, first, it was just how funny it is. That I genuinely laughed out loud several times reading the script, which is rare. It is, like, sometimes you try to find something that might be cute or clever, or you get it and said, oh yeah, I could see how to punch this up, but she wrote such a tight, funny script that you knew it's like, wow, if this is our framework, if this is our blueprint, we're gonna have a really special movie on our hands. And then to see the cast that she assembled, it was great to just get to work off of all of these people, and it's a huge cast. It was just so fun. Every day you got to work with somebody new that you loved and admired. It's really cool.
So Mindy, you wrote this role specifically for Emma. Talk to me about approaching her with the script.
Well, I never actually approached her with the script. I just emailed it to my agent who sent it to her people. So it was sort of like I'd written this movie, I'd met her once briefly, and then just sort of like sent it off to her with the hopes that not knowing what she would say. and the best possible scenario happened. So yeah, I'm excited about that, obviously.
Maybe I should just move back to Pennsylvania.
Can I give you some advice? You need to shut up.
Excuse me?
If you hear something you don't agree with, you have to resist the urge to give your opinion.
I will not be marginalized by the iron fist of white privilege that pervades this work environment.
I am not trying to silence your strong female Indian woman of color spirit. #MeToo, trans is beautiful, blah, blah, blah. You're still a new writer with no experience. You need to stop giving advice and write something. You're a writer, so write.
I'm always so careful to say this because I came from the office where I was the first year the only woman and the only minority, but the men who I worked with on that were not at all as unwelcoming as the men in this movie, which are obviously like a big source of the comedy and the drama in the film. But the terror that I felt as a new writer and having to represent all women and all minorities in a writer's room is really real. And so, yeah, that is like kind of ripped straight from my experience.
Perfect. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is KIYRA LYNN, and we'll see you next time.